morning, everybody. It is Tammy coming to you live from my office on this fine Friday morning. It is Wake and Bake live on Fridays. I'm actually on time at 9 a.m. I am up. I am showered. I am coffeeed. I am medicated. Just medicated. Not overly medicated, but medicated. And it is Friday, and we are live in a lot of places today. And we have a lot to talk about today. I am going to be giving a few little local shout outs today to local businesses who have been really stepping up and shining. And part of the Hometown Hippie Grateful Fed community is all about giving back and doing better and the power of one. I'm going to talk about that in action today. So I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to jump on here and find me because Facebook is stupid and it does hide everything that I do because it likes to do that. It likes to do that. So we're going to go in here and make sure it's showing that I'm live, right? And I'm going to tag a few folks in this live video to allow people to find us today because, again, have been booted off Facebook a couple of times. So that is the reason why it does this to me. And I am tagging some people in this today. I am tagging some people in this today. I'm tagging a few folks in this, so I need to get y'all on here because I've got some stuff I want to do and things we're going to do to give back, right? I was like, oh, look, we've got comments coming in, and I am putting comments in because I'm tagging people. It's all my comments. It's so funny. I am going to tag a few more folks over here. Let's see here who we can find here. Let's help people find us. As you jump on here, say hello. Tell us what you're up to today. It's early. Maybe y'all are still sleeping. Maybe y'all are up and moving. What are y'all up to today? Because let me tell y'all what. We are going to be doing some fun stuff this weekend, and I want to make sure that people see this. So jump on here. Say hello as you jump on here. Do me a favor and drop me. I'm done tagging, I think. Go ahead and drop me a Grateful Fed in the comments. And we're going to go ahead and get this party started. Get this party started. Let's say hello and tell us where you're watching from. How about that? Easy enough, right? Good morning. Heather, can you help me get some folks on here? I've got some stuff I want to talk about today. So it is Wake and Bake Live. Like I said, I am live in a couple of places. So if you're just now scrolling through and you see this, hi, I'm Tammy, and I'm affectionately known as the Hometown Hippie. And our goal here is to spread love and kindness, love and light, raise the collective vibration. We do that one fun way at a time, right? And we believe, and I know that I can't go out today and I can't change the world with the wiggle of my nose. Wiggle. But I would love to be able to. But what we can do, right? What we can do is every day go out and make the world better for at least one person, even if that person is us, right? In some shape, fashion, or form is giving back. But this is going to be like Farmville Friday, right? We're going to call this Farmville or Southside Virginia Friday for Friday because I have a lot of people that I want to give a little shout out to, right? I got a lot of people that I want to give a little shout out to. Now, one of those people who I want to give a little shout out to is sitting right here on this live. Her name is Heather Johns. Heather Johns is someone who always gives what she can, right? She gives of what she can, whether it's time, talent, or money. And most of the time she gives all three. And she lives and embodies the ideals of the Hometown Hippie, right? She lives and she and embodies it. She puts her money and her actions and her time and her talent where her mouth is, right? She doesn't talk about it. She's going to be about it, right? And that's what I used to say all the time with my Pure Romance business. I would tell the girls that I was, good morning, that I was, if you're an entrepreneur and you have been mentored by me, if you're an entrepreneur and you have been mentored by me, you have heard me say, don't talk about it, be about it. Because I would work with these young entrepreneurs and especially female entrepreneurs and like out the gate, we would be talking about what their goals were. And they're telling me, I am going, this is my time. This is the chance that I'm going to make things different, right? And I said, that's great. But don't talk about it. It's time to be about it. That sounds great. But now let's put that words into action. And today we're going to talk about people who put those words into action, right? Who put those words into action. And and we get a lot of grief for it. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story about this guy, and I'm gonna tell you the truth of the matter. I give him grief all the time. I give him grief all of the time. And I know he's not going to watch this until later on because he's at work, because that's his whole brand is about work, right? And he's partnered with us a bunch. It is Adam Grant with Work Life Apparel Company. I have Adam shows up. I don't care what it is. You tell Adam we're doing it for the community. Now, Adam might show up 3 beers into it, but Adam's gonna show up, right? Um, and that's the thing. It's like he gets a lot of grief, and I give him grief. And I always say that I give Adam grief because I love Adam and I know the potential he has. But today we're going to focus on not the potential, but the exactly what he's doing for this community. And Adam is somebody quite like myself who is a true blue entrepreneur. I cannot say the word right. He is a true blue entrepreneur. Now I'm going to show y'all a couple of pictures, right, in a minute of Adam and some things he did. And I want to tell y'all about some stuff, right? But before we do that, I'm going to get some more people on here watching. So if y'all can do me a favor, tag some folks, say hello. Hit those reaction buttons. Can you give me some thumbs up, some hearts, some O faces? Because when you do that, that is going to get people to see the feed. And we're going to talk today about some local heroes, some people who who do the work, right? And I'm going to highlight Work Life today. I am going to highlight Work Life today because I'm incredibly proud of Adam. I'm incredibly proud of my little hometown and the people in it, and the way that I am seeing that kindness spread. Right, I am seeing that kindness spread in its own little small ways. There's still a lot of animosity. There's still a lot of things that go wrong, but our little town is celebrating a couple of things right now, right? So number one, we are a little town here in the heart of Virginia, and it is a mom and pop town. But like any other little small town, there's politics and people have complaints, and our school systems are not the strongest and they need some work. And people think that money is spent on wrong places. And there are people who want to hold on to the history and people who want to move on. So there's people who I'm friends with who have a Confederate flag up by the end of our entrance to our town as a heritage thing. It's not hate. I'm a good person, but I have this flag that I want to fly, right? And I know those people that are gripping on to keeping us where we were. And I know people who are out there standing on the federal courthouse buildings at the Farmville private protest. I'm friends with the pride groups who are trying to find a safe space for everybody in our town. I see even the churches who do back to school supplies and food banks. And it's like, good morning. We just need a few more people to realize it's about us and not me, right? It's about we and not me. And when small towns start getting more people in them who are concerned about the we of it and not the me of it, then you see true community. And I see all these things online about these intentional communities where people are going off grid and creating their own little areas. And I love that idea, right? I love the idea of that, but I'm a hippie, I'm a homespun hippie-ish. Because my idea is this, right? We cannot ignore that the world is progressing, and as much as we want to move back and kind of retreat into these little intentional communities, what my goal is when I say intentional community is I am saying that every hometown that is already there, every infrastructure that's already built, let's start making our hometowns intentional communities. Let's start making our hometowns about the we and not about the me, and showing the world that it takes a village, and starting it with one hometown at a time. Right? It's about one small town at a time. And the way that we do that, right, is by encouraging those that we see around us making those strides. And for me, I want to encourage today, right? I want to talk today about the people in my community that I feel like are about the we of it. And I'm going to talk about two different kinds of stories, right? One person who is very much about the we of it, and one person who realized how much the we of it mattered maybe after the problem happened to the me of it. And that's just how I feel about it, the way I'm looking at it. And this is my opinion. Y'all do what you want to with it. So, a couple of things. Number one, when you have a little small town, certain things excite. certain things will like buzz the town up, right? So number one, we got buzzed up a couple of years ago because we were lucky enough, our little small town, to host the vice presidential debate because of Longwood University and Hampton-Sydney College. So a lot of times things are brought here, and we're very lucky to be able to have those two institutions here to be able to add a little flavor to our town. Some things you get because the college attracts it, right? Hello, Melissa. You get things like speakers and concerts and professors and um, vice presidential debates, right? You get those kind of things. But there's other things that spark interest, right? Maybe somebody in your small town gets to be on a reality show and they're on TV. Or maybe a kid does really well in high school and gets signed to like a big university like LSU. We had some kids that got signed to Ole Miss this year. Some of these big schools playing some sports. But it also excites us when our little league teams get things going, right? Hey, Melissa. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. So this year, two of our we're kind of a little small town in Farmville. We call it it's the 5 county region. So our little fair, we're town, right? If you've ever been in a rural community, Farmville is town for a lot of little counties around us. So Prince Edward County has got like the super Walmart. We've got some hospitals. We've got 2 colleges. We've got stores. We've got things, Lowe's, things like that, right? So we're town. And you have the 5 counties, Buckingham, Cumberland, Prince Edward, Nottoway. I think it's Amelia maybe, or Charlotte County. I don't know our 5 counties, but there's 5 counties that surround us. And we take care of each other, right? We're kind of one big family. So this year, two of our local counties, little league kids, right? Little league kids made it to the World Series. So our Buckingham County coach pitch little league team is going to the World Series. I think they're going to Alabama. And then our Cumberland, which is my alma mater, where I played sports, where I'm really connected to, where I live in my county, they're going. And here's the thing. Um, I'm connected to both teams. My friend Donna has got a grandson on the Buckingham team. My best friend from high school and my second family, they have kids, 2 kids on that team and involved in the coaching and all that. And so, of course, I want to step up and like really support. So I've shared the GoFundMe for the teams. I bought some raffle tickets. I'm donating some extra monies to help get them there because when you do have a small town, sometimes kids can't afford to make big travel trips. Like summer is spent at the ballpark because that's what they can afford. They pack coolers and it's an affordable family fun. I know that Dixie Youth League and Youth League sports formed me. I started playing Dixie Youth League sports whenever I'm gonna start crying this spring. So I can feel it. I can feel the emotion and what's gonna be talked about today. So when I see kids playing sports, I am first one to click on the button to give them some money, right? Um, I started playing little league. Like I played sports all the way through. And because my family was not well to do. We couldn't afford to go to Disneyland. We couldn't afford to go to Disneyland. We couldn't afford to go to the beach. We couldn't afford to do a lot of these things that kids got to do in the summers. We might get a trip to King's Dominion on discount ticket day. We find some Coke cans or a bag with like a coupon ticket. Um, we get to go like visit family in other parts of the country with our grandparents and stay at their house for vacation. But when we played sports and we made the all-star team and we got to travel for these tournaments, that was like the most exciting part. It's like you earned a vacation for your family because you got to stay at a hotel with a pool. I mean, it was the coolest part of it, right? And you wanted to, your family got to hang out. You got to see all your friends all day at the ballpark. You learned how to work as a team. You learned how to be disciplined and do what your coaches told you to. There were so many life lessons and everybody worked together for a common goal, right? And we were good sportsmen, and we learned to chant and cheer. We learned how to give back and be a part of the community with the concession stands and how everybody volunteered. Like we had to keep it all running. And my mom's very first business that she owned was called the Hitcher Post, and it is now lovingly. It is located now. It's now closed. It is located where it was located was where the original site of the Fish and Pig before it moved into Fargo. So out in Hampton-Sydney, across from Hampton-Sydney, entrance to Hampton-Sydney, where that stupid roundabout's going in our town. There was the Hitcher Post, which is my mom's very first restaurant that she was had a silent partner that paid for everything. She didn't have 2 dimes to fucking rub together.
But she basically got that business, and my mom always taught me, and I saw this happen. And this is where my entrepreneur spirit was born at this ballpark. And I'm gonna cry. I'm telling y'all, my mom volunteered because we didn't have money to like. My dad was a coaching. My mom's like, I want to volunteer. I can cook. I want to feed everybody. They set up grills, and my mom did cheeseburgers, like Julie cheeseburgers, for the Dixie Youth League. And she did sausages and stuff. She cooked it all, and they did a big fundraiser for the kids for the Dixie Youth League. And people saw how my mom like figured out how to. She just ran it. It was delicious food, and like, hey, want to open a restaurant? You got what it takes. You got all the things it takes. But my mom always said, if you work hard, just treat everything you do in life. If you're working at McDonald's, she said, you need to treat that like you are Mrs. McDonald, like you own McDonald's. You treat that business like it is your own. And I was like, but it's not mine. They're making. She's like, here's the thing. She's like, they might own the business. She says, but you own your reputation. And when you live in a small town, good morning, good morning, good morning. When you live in a small town, your work ethic and your character and your reputation, because not so much your reputation, but your character speaks volumes. And if people know that people need to know that you're a hard worker. And I watched my mom grill hamburgers in Dixie Youth League uh, baseball game because she loved cooking like I do. And she wanted to help and be a part of the community. And from that, her entire life changed. Her entire life changed. It was the first of many businesses she would own. It was the first time as a person she ever felt confident, not for being a mom, not for being a wife, but for doing something that she was good at, right? And I watched that as a kid. And I watched that blossom. So when I saw all of these kids, right, in these pictures, getting ready, I could feel the feelings, right? I'm manifesting these amazing like winnings for them, right? But it taught me, right, to walk through life and always do my best. And that's I'm telling you all of this to give somebody else kudos. I really am. Because um, there are some in these small towns as well, right? When it's about the we, not the me. And there are some families in these small towns that have been here for a long time and they establish businesses and they become kind of a community kind of name, right? And the Grant family is one of those families. So if anybody wants to tag a Grant for me. They're kind of one of those names, right? And everybody's got a different story. They've all got different personalities, big personalities, little personalities. Not many have little personalities, right? But they're good people, right? They're good people. They're pillars of the community, and it's generations of them, right? It's generations of them. And when we moved back here, I went to school with the Grants. Grew up with the Grants. My husband when he moved here, he got a job that 20 years ago with the Grants classes where he's at now. He came back home to there. He feels like one of the family there. Good morning, good morning. We're sending prayers to Angela who's having surgery today. And when we came back here, that's Red and John Grant are friends, and John said we need some help because they had lost one of their owners, another really good friends, people that Jesse Grant had passed away unexpectedly. They were in a predicament with needing some, everything kind of just happened for them, and it happens that way, right? Kind of life just exploded in this family. They had people who had strokes. They had lots and lots of people who have passed away from cancer and other things and unexpected like heart conditions, and just it was a rough couple of years for them losing people. If you're in the area, you know that, right? Well, Adam is the son of Stuart Grant. One of the younger Grants, in my opinion, of that generation, right? He was a little baby. Like his dad used to come and we used to hang out and drink, and his stepmom was one of my teachers and good friends. And when I came back, Adam had just kind of kicked off his brand, right? He had just kind of kicked off his brand. It is about work life. And he says, clean money, dirty hands. Talking about, and his mission is about how small town, how people kind of look down on blue collar workers and how
Small town USA in America was built on the backs of blue collar, hardworking men and women.
And he wanted to find a brand that exemplified that.
And he looked up the definition for work and its effort and energy and all these things. And he and a couple of his friends have created a brand called Work Life Apparel Company.
And y'all know they have like supported everything we have done. So Adam does these.
He goes out and he wants to give these kids who are doing this really good job, he wants to support them,
right? So yesterday afternoon, he took his banners. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures here. And it made me cry. I mean, he said it just touched him so much. He went out and spoke to both of these little league teams that are heading to the World Series and told them that even though, and I listened to the video and I bawled like a baby, right? And he said, even though,
I'm gonna put this picture up. I wish I could play the video. I don't know if it'll let me.
I'm gonna see if it'll let me share my screen. Hang on, let me see if I can get the screen. See if I can do that. Share screen. Share screen. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this one.
This one. Let's see if it'll let it play. I'm gonna see if it'll let it play. We're gonna see if it'll do it. Let's see if it'll do it. Let's see. Y'all tell me if you can hear it, please, in the comments when I try to play this. Oh.
So what he has done, y'all, is he's presented each of these teams with their own work life banner to take to the World Series with their logo on it. So you can see that's the logo right there for Cumberland.
He did one for Buckingham as well, and he wouldn't talk to the kids
and told them not to feel like they just because they were from a small town that they were
outgunned in these places. It was kids just like them, and it talked about putting in the work, right? About like they put in the time and the effort, and it's paying off. And that's how you do anything in life. You put in the time and the effort, and it just I bawled like a baby when I saw it. And then I'm gonna share these two pictures with y'all that I saved to show here that I want to
these are the two pictures of the two teams that we're supporting here. So this is the Cumberland team with their work life banner. And this is and I love that there's a girl on the Cumberland team. I love that so much. And then there is the Buckingham team. Those boys are acting silly. They're super excited. They just came off a hard practice in the heat here in the sun. And that is the Buckingham Knight work life banner.
So I said all of that because, I'm going to put this up as well. I've got a banner here that I created for Adam.
So if anybody wants to find Adam and give Adam,
I would love for y'all to go over to his
work life account today. And you don't have to spend $1 with him because Adam is not that person. If you want to grab some work life gear, I encourage you to do that because he does support the communities and he gives back every way he can. If you see anything that you want, I'm going to tell you to go support him. He's a great guy.
But I'm gonna tell you what,
he loves those. That's a good job. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work.
He needs that, and I'm gonna tell you why he needs that.
Okay. Number one, everybody loves it. Everybody needs it.
But Adam is also in his early 30s, and he's been without his mom and dad for more years than he should have been. Right? He lost his mom and dad both
early. Early. He's got a stepmom. He's got family that love and adore him. But Adam doesn't have his mom and his dad, and he does this for their memory. He does this because he wants them to be proud of what he does, and he cares about. He knows his dad told him the same thing, right? It's your reputation. It's what you do, and he wants to leave that legacy. He and I walk very similar paths of wanting to make our parents proud because they were entrepreneurs and wanting to leave a legacy behind and trying to find our way to kind of like say thank you for all the lessons taught. So he needs those mom thank yous and he needs those dads telling him good job because he needs that, right? We all need that. And that's whenever we as a community can see people putting others ahead of us and how we as a community can then support those people. Y'all have no idea whenever y'all are like, hey, I appreciate you going live today because I needed to laugh. Hey, I needed that message today. Because I do these, right? I do these messages. I do this because I am driven to do this. This is my giving back, right? Because some days I get up and I'm tired and I'm pissed off and I'm in a bad mood and I don't want to talk to anybody. And that little voice inside my head goes, turn that frown upside down. There are people who need you to be the light in the storm. Today is the day you have a message. And even though you're going to cry, maybe you don't have makeup on, and maybe your eyebrows don't look right, maybe you feel a little bloated, still a little itchy. It's okay. We need you to do this. This is what you have to do, right? This is your calling. Exactly what Heather said. Thank you and appreciation is free. I say kindness costs nothing. But it's wealthy, right? I say, riches come from money. Wealth comes from things. And things like integrity and accountability and work ethic and courage and love. And that's what those are the things that I would like to be wealthy in. Because I feel like when you're wealthy in that, there's no way you can't be rich in everything in your life. And if people stopped worrying about the me, the money, the me, started worrying about the we, the wealth of the world, the wealth, and here's the thing, with great, what is it? With great something comes great responsibility, right? With great reward comes great responsibility. With great power, with power comes responsibility. I'm like, I don't want power, but I also believe that we each, as being people on this planet, we all have big responsibilities. We all have big responsibilities to others, to ourselves, to our planet, to our pets, to everything. So, Adam is about the we. I am proud of Adam. I've given Adam grief because, I'm very much about making a dollar. I'm about like making sure the business can pay the bills and to support me. And I sometimes I say I can see all the webs and all the connections. I'm like, Adam, if you would just focus your energy on this, man, you'd be unstoppable. But Adam also has another business called Grant's Class, and that's where the work. He's like, but I have to work to be about work life. I was like, you could really focus. He's like, but I can't. He's like, I need, and he's going to learn boundaries one day, and he's going to learn those things. But he's got to learn that. That's his karmic lesson. So I decided that I'm not going to give Adam grief anymore and try to help. I've planted the seeds, right? I've planted the seeds of take a deep breath, prioritize. He's gonna be Adam, and that's the beauty of his brand, right? That's not my brand. My brand is different than his brand, but he's a local brand. I think he's a little local. He's our Friday local hero. So we're gonna send something to Work Life from the Grateful Fed community. I would love for y'all to send notes to him or whatever. We're going to do something to let him know to keep up that good work because you can get discouraged, right? And I think that that's something that we need to do for people, right? We're going to send him some kudos, some good jobs, all the things. Okay. Now, like I said, I gave him a hard time because I'm like, you should do it this way versus his way. Right, and his way is how he's going to do it, and so I'm learning, right? I'm learning that I need to stay in my lane sometimes, and I want to thank Adam for teaching me that as well. And down below is his little banner there, his little work life store there. So that's up there for anyone to check that out.
Let me go in here and get my banner and take this off for a second here. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that one. Drop me here with comments. Okay. Let's go back down here. Now, there's one other thing that I'm going to show you a little smattering of here in a second. This is the other story I was going to tell you about the me to the we, right?
I am going to be going out tonight to enjoy some live music and to interact with some folks.
And we have put this group on our prayer list. So I'm going to put this little picture up. So tonight, if you're local, I'm going to be going out to see Brian Graham solo acoustic at Sandy River Distillery. They're opening back up tonight after the big explosion, right? After the big explosion. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Because it was interesting to see the Smith family. Mark is not originally from Farmville, but he has come here. He went to school here, made lots of friends here, and settled here at Sandy River and created a beautiful adventure park with yurts and glamping and cabins and a petting zoo and the distillery. And
he's a businessman. And, they have groups out there and all the things. And I was
excited to see, I'm not excited to see, but it was interesting to see, when that happened, when
he was walking out of the distillery, and I don't know all the details. I'm not going to get it right, so I'm not going to tell stories I don't know. I know that there was some type
of malfunction with equipment. There was an explosion of some sort,
and he was injured in the process on the backside of his body as he was leaving the building and pushed out. It was messed up. But
they commented because as a community, we came together and we wanted to help support this family. When there's a fire at somebody's house, when there is a business that gets broken into, this community, these small towns, these one little hometown at Main Street places at a time, they step up and they get things done. Now, their business is not back to where it needs to be. They said, it looks like a shanty town out here, but we're going to get it opened back up because we need to start moving forward, right? So if you're local, go out. You don't have to drink anything, but go out and support. Go out and say, hey, we're glad you're still here. How can we, what can we do? Maybe go spend a weekend glamping. Go be a tourist in your own hometown. Maybe go take a zip line thing. Choose that. Support this little family. But people in the area do that for one another, right? Even if you maybe feel like I'm me and my family in this, you find out that your contributions, you're volunteering for this and you're helping with that and you're donating that and you being a pillar in the society, people care about you. And even if you don't think that they do, right? And I think that is so interesting to see because so many times we don't feel supported until something tragic happens. Like, I had no idea, right? And what I'm going to tell you is this. If you are someone who does, and you're like, I don't think I'm supported, I want you to really stop and look around. Because yesterday was Gratitude and Thankful Thursday. And it's like, tell me something you're grateful for, right? And one of the things I'm grateful for is I'm grateful for being from a small town. The GoFundMes for these little teams are blowing up. The raffles are blowing up. People want to help their small towns. And people will say, I can't believe it. I'm like, I can. Because so many times, right, we sit in our bubbles and our pity bubbles and our woe is me bubbles. And this is the kind of the message today, right? And you don't realize that all you have to do is ask for help. And I'm going to tell a story. I'm not going to give any names, but my husband was at a convenience store yesterday afternoon, coming home, and there was someone who was an older gentleman from our town, and he was struggling at the gas pump and in the convenience store with he had a stroke and he's early onset of Alzheimer's, and we kind of look out for those people in our town. We know whose daddies need a little extra help sometimes. Whose mamas might need us to carry the grocery bags to the car. If we see them out, we make sure they're supposed to be there. Might message the kid and say, hey, see your mom's driving. I thought y'all weren't letting her take her keys. We do those kind of things, right? And Red, he likes to play a curmudgeon, but he's really not. He's really deep down at heart, but he's like a crab, right? He's got this crusty shell, but when you get on the inside, it's all that sweet meat. It's all that sweet meat, right?
Red's a crab. I'm going to call him a crab.
And I love him to death. He's going to be mad as hell at me when he watches this.
If he watches this, and I call him a crab, somebody's going to tell him.
He's got a crusty out shell. He tries to be hard.
But when you get on the inside, it's sweet meat. And he said, so-and-so? He says, you have struggling?
Can I help you? He said,
Matt, can I help you? And he said that the gentleman turned around. He said, it's like he said, this man, he says, I know he knows you, Tammy. I know he knows you. He says, but we may have had 3 conversations, and I wouldn't think he would even know me. And he said he looked as clear as day. He said he looked around.
He said it felt like I was sent there, right? My nickname for Tammy. Why is my nickname Squid? Because I got hands and everything. Because I'm pretty nervous. I suck on the stuff. What? Why am I a squid? And he said, yes, Red. I don't understand why this won't work. So Red tried to make it work, right?
And he couldn't remember his PIN number for his card. I said, we can run it as a credit. He said, we tried that. I think it's set up to only run as a PIN. It's only a PIN. They have it protected for that, so you can't swipe it around. Not you,
Tommy. Oh, Tommy. I'm sorry.
I glanced. I was also wake and bake. He says, yes, I could really use some help. So Red took care of it all, did all the things, and he wished him a good day. And he came home. He's like, I said, it's funny
how so many people
are just afraid to ask for help.
And that's why we should always just know that, make sure we offer it to everyone. I said, that's the power of one at work. That was the power of one at work, right? Yesterday, Adam going out and talking to each of these kids, right? Here's the thing. They say you're the sum of the 5 people, and Adam and Red, and those crusty crabs on the outside, right? And then 2 on the inside. Those hardworking men who make my woo-woo feel a little silly sometimes, right? Like, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. They do it. Each of those kids, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kids, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 people Adam touched yesterday. 20 kids are going to remember that, right? Plus coaches, plus all of these things. Hi, we love you, Nancy. We miss you. So you keep planting your seeds. Keep telling people that you're here to help. Don't be afraid to continue to be kind. People are watching, right? Now think about these kids. Like, he gave them little stickers for their helmets, like, you're working hard, right? It's just, you never know. So what I want you to do is stay true to yourself. What I want you to do is to ask people for help. What I want you to do is know that if it's okay to ask for help. People want to be of assistance, but so many times, because of the me versus the we, right? We are so we stay to myself. We get in our little shells and we are scared to step outside of ourselves. Now, I say this. I exchange of energy. Right? If you ask me for help, then I allow people to help me in the way that they can help me. We were talking about this the other week about how people are like, nobody wants to help. And I'm like, they don't want to help in the way that you want them to help. And sometimes we have to, when we need help, we need to allow the help where we can get it. Some people can't help you move your house, but they might be able to invite you over for dinner one night, and that's a one less meal you have to cook, right? Some people may not be able to take you to the doctor's office, but they might be able to give you $3 or $4 or $5 for gas. Take the help in the way that they can allow them to help. People want to be of service, but sometimes they can't help in the way that you're asking. And sometimes you're just like, how can I help? And if you can't help in the way that they need to, I'm not able to do that. And it's okay to say that. But I still want to help. Here's what I can do. So many times if somebody says, well, I need some money, and you're like, well, they just want some money, you shut down. You're like, here's the thing. I don't have money to give. But what do you need? Do you need clothes? Do you need food? Maybe I have that to share. Right? But so often we don't want to have a conversation. We feel vulnerable to even ask. And if somebody says, well, I can't do that, we shut down. And we block that blessing. Because it's not how we want it to look. And that goes back to this week. I asked the universe a specific question. I'm going to tell you, I said, universe, I said, Is my plan divinely guided and supported in whatever way it unfolds? But am I on the right path with what my plan is? With where I'm going? I'm not saying that it's set in stone, that it's this small or this big. I'm saying the feeling that I'm feeling. Is this the right idea, the right thing that I want to accomplish, the right mission? If I am on the right path, if this is the right divinely guided path, I want a specific sign. I want to see. I want to find I want a feather as a sign. I want a feather as a sign. Monday morning, Ashley Joswicki is at the beach. She says, "Hey, I woke up this morning. I had a dream about you last night at the beach on vacation, and I saw this feather on the sand today. I hope you're having a great day." And she tells me how she finds feathers all the time. She didn't know about that. She said, "I found these feathers." Maybe she did. I don't know, but she found these feathers. Tuesday, birds were like hovering around my house and one even flew into it. Tuesday was the bird flying to my house. Monday was the picture. Tuesday was the bird flying to the house. Wednesday, Red sends me a flower of a picture of a feather outside of his truck. Thursday, Dennis sent me a picture of a feather sitting in the center of his office on the rug when he walked in. Last night, Carly's like, "That's weird. I found a feather today too," and she tells me all about that. I haven't talked to Carly in a week, and then I wake up this morning to another feather from Ashley. He says, "I found 5 this week. One for each." She's found 5, and another one, and another one, and another one, and she's found 5 total this week. So, did I get the feather in my hand? Did I walk outside like I anticipated to do my grounding in the morning? To be right? I expected a bird to fly over like a big hawk and a feather to float upon the wind and land at my feet. The universe, that's how I imagined the universe answering my question. Right? Now, if I would have said all week long, like, that's not a sign, I must not be on the right path. Shouldn't everybody else signs, that's blocking your blessing, right? That's blocking your blessing. You don't want to do that. You want to understand, just like it, the universe is going to give you the help that it needs to give you. Sometimes it gives you the ass kicking that it needs to give you. But you have to be aware of it and be aware and look for it. Let me see what Heather's saying over here. I'm going to pull this up. Hi, everybody. Hi, Marty. I went to Dollar General yesterday to get batteries that I usually always have, but I didn't, so off I go. There was a young man online in front of me that card wouldn't work, so he had diapers, wipes, and he's going to leave, swipe my card. He thanked me on his way out. Must have followed. Look, see? Just stop. See what I'm saying? When you give, you get back tenfold. Red always says, with Tammy, you cannot give it all away if you want to have anything. And I was like, every time we gift, we get back in tenfold over. So we are going to gift again. We are going to have a little contest, a little gifting contest this week. Now, what I did was I went ahead. I'm going to stop sharing this. So, if you would like to donate to these 2 teams directly, if you would like to help send them to the World Series directly, contact me. Contact me. I will give you the way in which you can 100%. They've got GoFundMe's. They've got some raffles for this beautiful $10 raffles for beautiful farmhouse tables. They've got all kinds of things going on that you can 100%. You can 100,000% donate directly to. I am also going to donate to each team. What I'm going to do is this, okay? Everything we do from today through the end of the month, through the 31st, so through next Sunday for the next week. So today through next week. So 1 week, we're going to take our weekly sales, and I'm going to donate 10% of what, because I can donate 10%. And I'm going to take that and divide it between the 2 teams and see what the things are. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to donate it to each of those 2 teams directly from the Grateful Fed community. So we're going to give a little extra. I've donated personally, but from the Grateful Fed Army and the Hometown Hippie. We're going to donate.
10% of everything that we get. We doing sales from today through the end of the month. That's going to give me my next week's numbers, like
All next week. So if you would like to
support. Plus, everyone who places an order, everyone who participates over the next week
is going to get a entry to win a free
Hometown Hippie T-shirt. So on top of getting your delicious foods and working with me as a concierge client, so every concierge client, I'm giving 10% of my fees for concierge. You're fine, Heather. Don't worry. I mean, I got you. I appreciate you. And then everyone's going to go into a drawing for a free Hometown T-shirt. So on that note, let's talk about that real quick because we're gonna call last call on these as well. So if you've not done it already and you are looking to get one of Dennis's amazing T-shirts that's higher than Giraffe, you know what?
These are the 4 colors you can order it in. This is the design. It's not a really clear picture. My graphic did not turn out great, but it's got a giraffe with sunglasses holding a balloon that's a cat or a, and it says Stay Elevated Hometown Hippie. Its size is small through 3X. You'll have to pay shipping if you're not local to Dennis, who's in Upper UP, Michigan. Green, yellow, purple, or blue. On the purple, this will be in white. The other ones, the ink will be in black. And today is last call. If you'd like to claim one of those, talk to Dennis, get that order in for us, and that'll help you get. Let me go over here and get this all. Hang on. So that is the last day. We're going to call last dibs on that, but please get your payment in so you can order them on Monday. Today is last call. We're going to have it paid for by Sunday or make arrangements with the dentist otherwise. So we have that as last call. I love the littles. Me too. I'm going to give y'all one more look at these kids. I mean, these kids look at them out there in this heat. Their work life, they're all about going to the World Series. And there's the other one sitting there just acting silly and goofy. I love it so much. So we're going to help these kids get to where they need to go however we can. And then if you are local tonight, come out and support the reopening of Sandy River Distillery. It's about the about community. I'm going to go watch Brian Graham acoustic solo at Sandy River tonight, meet some folks, haven't seen people in a while. I am excited to kind of feature some local people today. I really wanted to talk about that. Again, and also if you have to please go over and just tell Adam, it's Adam Chase Grant. You'll see him on everything. He's in here as a group. I might post a couple of pictures in the group and like do a thread in the Hometown Hippie group for y'all to like give him some shout out. I know he does it because he wants to give back, but I know that it makes a difference if you hear the way to go. And I think we're going to give him like a little Hometown Hippie kit, a little pack of stuff like a T-shirt and all the things, and say thank you for being a real Hometown Hippie. Like maybe we'll do Hometown Hippie awards or something, like if you like do the things. And it's interesting that I said that because I had some like things came in last night. I'll share them later. It's about tie-dyeing the town, right? Going out and like doing acts of kindness. It's called tie-dye. I was like, we just call it tie-dye in the town. But on that note, I am going to do one more thing before I get off today. Do me a favor. I need another. If everybody can do me a big, huge favor and give me a hashtag Grateful Fed in the comments, as a little thing down here says, drop a Grateful Fed in the comments, okay? And I've gotten a new set of Oracle cards that I'm really feeling attached to, but the way that you get attached to your cards for divination. And y'all know I'm all about my Reiki and all the things, and all the food that we do here is Reiki infused. So that is the magic and love that I put into it. If everybody asks, what's in my food? I'm like, magic and love. I got hands-on Reiki on, right? And we're going to be doing a couple of new things coming up with adding some extra intentionality into the food. We've been stocking up on our crystals. We've been stocking up on essential oils. We've been stocking up on our smudging stuff. And our playlist and our highly vibrational music and lots of things happening with the Hometown Hippie. Use them. That's how it works. Can't make this shit up for real. So we are going to do a collective card for the weekend for our group today. I feel that a little message from angels, guides, and helpers really does kind of help get through the day. And if anybody's out in town tonight, I would love to see you over at the Sandy River Distillery.
Also, if has anybody ever seen on TikTok when they go out and they do love slaps to people, where like you're on live and all of a sudden like
3,000 people bump into your live.
and they like start sending you hearts and love slaps? I wanna. The thing that just came into my head was just me being completely Tammy and silly, right? And I don't mean this, but I was thinking like if we could do like a hippie hump. I don't know, like it's like love slap hippie hump. I don't know, like maybe like a little dancing hippie or something, and go dancing hippie.
Everybody be like, good job from you just got hippie humped by the hotel hippie.
But I think that sounds so dirty. I'm like, I don't want to try. I don't want to like. I need to ask permission. Like, you don't want to like assault somebody with a internet hump. You need to ask permission and all that. I don't get canceled. So we gotta think of something else, like
a hippie high five.
Let's go out today and hippie high five, and we're gonna send him tons and tons and tons of like gifts and things like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are down for the silliness. We're not gonna actually do that. We're gonna call it a hippie high five. So that's what we're gonna start calling it. We're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna create a little emoji. If somebody is great at that kind of stuff, let's figure out how to do like hippie high fives, and we'll send that out, and we'll nominate people to get hippie high fives, because I want to reward you for doing acts of kindness as well, because of Summer of Love. It is the summer of love, and we are all about the power of one. And that's what that was about. It was showing that in action. Heather showed that in action, right? When she went out to the Dollar General and paid for somebody's formula. She did that because it was the power of one. She couldn't change the world for the whole world. She can't buy every person in the world diapers and formula, make sure they never have that problem again. But in that moment, she could help that one person, and it changed the world for that one person. Adam can't go out and make a banner for every single team in every single state going for free, going to the World Series, but he could do it for those kids, and he did it. The power of 20, right? And here's the thing. When you do it for somebody else, they do it for somebody else. And it moves forward that way, and it spreads that way. So we're going to hippie high five some folks. I'm going to make something up for that. We're going to figure that out. So let's go ahead and take some deep breaths in. I said cards, and my viewership went down to 3. That's interesting. Water, 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 water. Water. Yes, pay it forward is a real thing. I love to pay it forward. Okay. Inhale the good. Exhale the bad. Or as we say affectionately in private groups, even though we're public today, inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. That's what we're doing. Inhaling the good shit. Exhaling the bullshit. And when I say that, interestingly enough, using your cannabis in an ethanogenic way, in a spiritual way, to ground and to meditate, that's kind of what hitting a bowl or doing if you're using flour, right? You can inhale the good, blow out the bad. And when you're trying to use your cannabis in an ethanogenic way to use it for meditation or spirituality or medicine, it's great to stop, take those couple of deep breaths before, set an intentionality. When I got up this morning, I set the intentionality. It's going to be a good day, and all my home is going to ride today. I was like, it's going to be a good day. I did not cry like I thought I was going to. I wanted to cry, right? We're going to be productive today. Nobody's going to get sunstroke today. I wanted to set a protection to the people that are out in this heat today. Can we say so be it and so it is that my husband's out in this heat today? I want to make sure he is protected, right? That he is given the hydration. Sorry about needing the hydration. Hydration that he needs, and the protection from the sun that he needs, right? And okay, and I'm like, let me get no police today, bad dog. Okay, there you go, right? So set an intentionality with it. Take the time to ground, and then the outcome from your partaking will be exactly what it's supposed to be. That's why my baked goods and my elevated treats
Are so the magic comes from the end user. My intentionality of healing health
combined with your intentionality of what your end use is, what you're looking for,
creates this magical creation, and it
intensifies
intensifies
the
the
magic by a hundredfold, right? And so it's like a circuit,
right. It's the we, not the me, and that helps to create the connection in the community, because it's that puts the special. I say, I just bless your food before you get it, right? It's like saying a blessing over the food before you sit down to eat.
It's like blessing it as it's being cooked. That's what Reiki is. So we're going to inhale the good today. We're going to ask for the card that's going to be the highest and best for the people that need to hear this today, to the message of the person that's supposed to hear this. Take what resonates. Okay, this jumped out. We got two that jump. We got two jumpers. So we are going to go with these two cards. And this card has jumped out at me, and I keep putting it back thinking it wasn't a jumper. But apparently,
I still might cry.
because sometimes we got the wasp, the wasp, which is anger, retaliation, and jealousy. We're going to talk about that, right? Anger, retaliation, and jealousy. And we have partnership. And these two cards to me it's kind of interesting because I think a lot of us
We say, I don't partner with people because
it never turns out right. Can I get a hallelujah amen if that's something you said? Like, I don't trust people, so I don't partner with people. And that's what's kept you in the me state, right? The wasp has kept you
from partnership. And what you need to understand, a lot of times,
the wasp is you. It's your projection, right? It's your projection. It's your projection that keeps you from partnering. That's the message that I came in, but I'm going to go ahead and read what it says about each one, and then we'll put this together because, it's a new deck, and that's how you learn it. That's what we're doing today. And I love it has notes in the back. Yes,
the wasp.
that has so many different meanings, but I'm not going to go there. Okay, 21, the wasp, okay? The wasp has a stinger that hurts with... The wasp has a stinger that hurts with poison when confronted. Be mindful of how you address the world when the wasp appears on your path. If you're not careful, you may sting or be stung. The wasp reminds you that pain is a choice, so don't waste your stinger on a petty quarrel. You are jealous? Are you jealous or envious of the victim of someone who is?
Or the victim of someone who is. Jealousy
and envy are the children of fear and lack. Right?
Let me say that again for the people in the back.
Jealousy and envy are the children of fear and lack, right? And we don't work out of fear, and we don't work out of lack. So we're going to release that. Send love, light, and compassion, and stay clear of the sting. And I'm going to tell y'all, this came up for a reason.
This might be my card today.
Mind your own business today and save it for a life or death situation. Chances are that whatever comes up today is smaller than you perceive it to be in the grand scheme of things. On the other hand, when you feel the sting of a wasp, be smart and swat it away. Defend yourself. The wasp sends an omen of warning to protect yourself as well. Okay? Something happened behind the scenes
in Hometown Hippie. And I'm not going to go into details, but something
was brought to my attention about someone in the group. And I had to address it, and it was basically somebody inadvertently underage got in, right? Under the age or whatever got in.
And I had to get that. And they were like, no, I'm sorry. It was
not supposed to be no big deal, blah, blah, blah. And when I first, it first happened, I got my feelings hurt, like really bad.
And I took it as like being under attack. People were going to like take advantage of my kindness, right? And get me in a situation. Now I have to like revamp everything that I do and like
really go out and do all, and really like, I'm like, oh man, I gotta change some things up. But
I was like, it's not that big of a deal.
We're gonna get it straightened out. It's water under the bridge at this point.
We can't fix the past.
We have to move forward.
So we put safeguards in place to fix it going forward, right? But initially, I'm like, I could have reacted a way different way to that. Like just going to the group and big nasty lie about who's letting, I would never, it was a accidental. I went straight to the source. They're like, no, I was just ordering for a birthday gift for someone. That and even went to that person's address, right? I just thought the person that was getting it had to be. I'm like, no, no worries, I got you. All good, right? All good in the hood. Moving forward, that can't happen again. I appreciate you not telling me a lie about it, right? Um, but initially, I was like upset. I was angered. I was feeling like I was under attack, that things were gonna, it was just like, oh no, like, oh no. Like, I just told Red that we don't attract nonsense. Like, we don't get in trouble. Like, things, we don't do the wrong things. We always do what's right. And sometimes shit happens. He's like, you have to be prepared for when things happen. And I was arguing about that last night. Not anymore, right? Not anymore. And then the next card is 32, which is partnership. Well, let's see what this is about partnership. But yeah, I definitely was like, I was angered and I was upset. And I was like, how do I handle it mattered, right? Because it was fear that I was like, you know what? There's no way that the family that this is with, right? The people who these people are, did anything out of like bad intent. I always give people that benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I could be mad about this. Like, my initial reaction before I read this was really mad. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, damn it. I was like, these kids, why are they gonna do this to me, right? Lie to me. I asked that question. Are you 21? They lied to me, right? I'm like, but they're kids. Then I was like, let me go just talk and say, here's the situation. This is why. I'm upset. And like, no, I didn't love. I talked to the mom, and the mom's like, no, it's mine. I was like, oh yeah. I looked at the address. I went to her house. But it was about not being like not going to anger and staying there, right? I was afraid and it was about getting in trouble, and I realized that. So when I stopped, when I went like the heart place, I'm like, kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna try stuff. So I can't be mad at them for like doing what kids do. I could be mad. What am I mad about? But I didn't take, yeah, I didn't take the right precautions to ensure that people just wouldn't lie about it. Like in my brain, I'm like, nobody would lie. I'm like, I forgot I was like 18 and wanted some weed once, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I wanted some magic at one point. I get that, right? And I was like, but I know without a doubt that it wasn't like if it was, I can stop it, but I need to at least find out, get to the bottom of it. And so it all worked out in the end. But it's interesting that the wasp showed up to remind me that that's what you do, right? You send love and light and compassion. You say, okay, here's the deal. Water under the bridge, shit happens. We live and we learn. But moving forward, can you please? And here's the thing: one time, shame on them. Two times, shame on me, right? And it's my business; it's my responsibility. So versus me and probably un unenlightened me like 3 years ago, Tammy, 2018. 2018 Tammy would have thought damn fit. I would have been an ass. I would have blocked people and just not even like, Kaylee, people don't care nothing about nothing they do, blah blah blah. Just losing my mind because I was mad. I was mad at me, right? But no more. So that is exactly teach with experience, grace, and love. There you go. Try to embrace it, girlfriend. Partnership. Okay, you're put on notice to seek connection in all things. This is the coming together of ideas, the fulfillment of attraction, the marriage between two people, and the harmonious blending of energies. If you're inquiring about a partnership of any kind, this signifies the importance of observing the qualities that the relationship creates as a result of the sum of its parts. Okay, so what they're saying there is like if you have a partnership, the creation of it is going to be the what it says is the sum of the parts, but it's saying like as you each come in, what you bring to it creates the magic, right? So what you get is what you give. There's always much to learn in the choice of partners. When you receive the blessing of partnership on this part of your journey, it's a sign that the object of your inquiry may indeed give you what you need. It's a portent of opportunity where the partnership exceeds the potential of the individual.
The sacred journey marker reminds you that you're never alone and there's always, always a partnership with the divine. It is a very auspicious omen.
So here's the thing, right? Partnership. It's important to pick the right partner. And sometimes the partnership is kind of like that feather, right? It's kind of like that feather. You want a partnership with someone. Sometimes your partnership is with the divine. You may not be able to touch it or physically feel it,
But you're given signs and you know that it's there and it's partnering with you, right?
there are so many of us that we're at a place of our journey where
We are partnering, but not maybe with another individual, but
we are partnering with our higher selves and we're partnering with the divine, right? Some of us are partnered with other people. I am someone who very much
craves partnership and collaboration. I enjoy having a gaggle, like my song, I want a house with a crowded table, right? And a place by far
for everyone, right? That is
my partnership. I love large conglomerations.
not everyone is like that. So if you're someone who's like, hey, Tammy, I'm feeling a little funny about stuff, and it's interesting because maybe you are
saying that don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Like, don't just partner with somebody to partner. Reasons people partner, it's spoken in here about it being a good time in your journey.
is that sometimes you partner with people because you have gone as far as you can go alone. You've exhausted,
But when you add and you connect, you then get the ability to expand even further. I'm going to give you an example of that.
I was very, very,
and I call it a partnership because I've actually brought in some assistance in the Hometown Hippie world, right? We have some new people.
My niece has been helping me.
Mel is full time working. I mean,
pretty full time hours. I mean, 5 to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, right? And
I had gotten to the point where I couldn't grow and I couldn't do any more and couldn't be of any more assistance till I partnered. And partnering is allowing people
to help you to be able to
expand, right? Being able to expand.
But it's important not to partner for partner's sake. Not to partner to say you have a partner. Partner because it's the right person to partner with.
Partner because they bring something and they add some value. So many times we don't see our value, right? And therefore we allow people who do not value us and they are not of value to play a role in our things just for the sake of having a partner. And it's better to not have a partner than to have one that does not enhance enhance your life. So don't be choosing people that are like making you
stinking. Yes, don't get
stinking thinking. Like get people that actually help you to grow and to be better. And I think this is a sign for it, right? It's like be smart, partner, but don't allow people to sting you or and don't do it kind of envy and jealousy. That exchange of energy is very important. So it's interesting to get to know these cards. I'm gonna pull these out. I'm interested to see if there's any more messages for me today. Sometimes I leave these out and something pops up and I come back and I'm like, oh. So I always put the cards we pull over here on my little altar area just so I can like look those past some time to stew and I'll put my little aquamarine half moon on top of them to help that energy for me to kind of know those cards and feel those cards. It's my idea today. So I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. It is now 10:13. I need to go and pull these orders and get things going in the right direction. One more time, if y'all don't mind hopping over, I'm going to give you a way to like hippie high five Adam. Go tell him good job. If you are local, want to come out and see me tonight, I'll be at Sandy River Distillery hanging out. Running my mouth, being silly, talking to some people, all the things. And on that note, y'all, don't forget your raffle tickets are still available for your farm to table masterclass. Those are another week. We have 50 tickets available. I think we've got like 10 going. I'm going to put the numbers up so you can. And Heather picked her numbers already. $20 a ticket. I will collect money soon. I want to make sure we get all 50 sold before I waste time getting money and sending it back. What you're going to get with that masterclass is this Baby Monster Grow Light, a 3x3. Let me pull this off here real quick. A 3x3 AC Infinity Grow Tent, and a 2-pot Autopot hydroponic system. You're going to get all of your nutrients and your seeds and your soil, plus a 12-week class showing you how to take your medicine from seed all the way through, infusing it into your favorite oils or butters to be able to cook with it, to have
Your medicine that you need.
whether you want to do it or not on a full-time basis. You definitely will be able to
Get it started with this. It's a good way. You never know how the world's going.
inflation's high. This is the chance to let you know how to take care of yourself. You can grow tomatoes in this.
You can grow cucumbers.
You can grow vegetables in this tent with this light. I'm just saying,
It's like a inside growing lamp. It does not have to be cannabis. I mean, we are proponents of that, and that's what it's made for. But lots of things can be done in that. One more week, I'm making a fresh batch of the Munchie of the Month. Don't forget, $5 of each of these boxes
are going to help our troops that are returning from deployment.
We're going to help adopt like 89
bachelor sailors who are coming back from deployment.
They've been gone for over a year. They're coming home to empty barracks. We're going to make sure they have some welcome home stuff. We're going to send that out to the CPSA out there in Lemoore, California, to returning sailors this month. It's orange macaroons, and they are to die for. Gluten-free and delicious. Sativa blend, not too,
they're very magically infused. Let's see here.
And then last call for t-shirts. Make sure you let Dennis know. He's going to order those on Monday. You have
one of those 4 chances, one of those 4 colors.
They come from small to 3XL, $25 a piece. Those are the things that I want to make sure y'all knew about. And then don't forget, everyone who
shops between today and the end of the month, I am donating 10% of that to one of our 2 youth. I'm going to divide it, fill in the blanks who needs the most money, like give them the percentage that they need to fill in the holes, to our Buckingham coach pitch and our Cumberland Little League,
minor league
baseball teams heading to the World Series this year. We're very excited and very proud of them. And we want to make sure we're supporting.
And then not only are you giving 10% of your donation, like you're helping me support them, I'm also entering everybody in to win a free Hometown Hippie t-shirt. So you'll be able to get a free shirt, maybe one of these, or maybe one of my Hometown Hippie rated shirts, depending on the sizes, what I have available. But we'll get you hooked up with something. And those littles, they are so cute. But on that note, as we always say, y'all, peace,
love, and feast. And as always, stay elevated. I'll see y'all on Sunday for Sunday Sermon. Have a great day and be good.